rock painting. As I was running along the Hammock Trail in Sebring, I found two rocks and I got all excited with my friends. You would think that we would have won money. We found two rocks had engravings or pictures on them, and it was just exciting. One of them said, "Dear Stress, let's break up." And on the back it had a name or a group of who made the rock. And the other one has happiness, joy, and peace. Again, another picture painted on the rock. And on the back it has the name of who painted the rock. These rocks, as I started inquiring when I got back home, looking at my rocks, I started checking around and found out that this has become a hobby across the state, where people are painting on rocks and then leaving little messages, happy messages, encouraging messages, and dropping them along trails in the city, just anywhere, and even in your next county near you. And then when those people find those rocks, they either can take it and move it to another area, or they can go on a Facebook if it has it on the back and say, "Hey, I found your rock and that was exciting and what it meant to you," and then you take it and move it on to the next one. So I found out that this has become a hobby, not only with children, but also with adults. So I started looking back at the history of just art in general. And markings including carvings on bones, mammoths, are found in caves, has been long-standing tradition. Basically, paintings made by human beings on rocks is art. And back from the freedictionary.com, they refer to it as being anything of art. And it doesn't have to be painted. It can be scribbled in. It can be etched like the caveman used to do. A 13,000-year-old mammoth was dating back to the Ice Age, was also found with etchings and some artwork on it, as per the National Geographic. And so there again shows how long-standing that art has been coming forward to present day. The Arbarnacle art, documented in arbarnacle.com, states it's from Australia, and they have also noted that they have found caves and documented sources of way back with artwork. Again, not just paint, but sketched plants were used to also paint their markings. Since 2006 and 2007, there has been art found in the eastern Florida on bone and caves, as stated by the National Geographic. Art is validated through anything that can be integrated or can be well taken into education and integrated into some purpose. And usually it's facts of dating back and then moving forward. So, I mean, if this rock had sat for 3 more months, then I found it and started to notice and document it on their site. Again, that would be something that would be worthwhile for someone maybe, 100, 2,000 years from now. So my friends and I got excited, and we decided that we would start taking up this hobby and see what we could do and what message we could send. And these messages can be encouraging messages. These messages could just be fun messages. They can even just be pictures. So we got together and we purchased some supplies, and I'm here to explain to you and demonstrate what those supplies are. Usually you start out with newspaper on your table. You can buy, of course, any size rock, smooth preferably. This one has holes on the back, so I would use the next side over. Can be small pebble rock. Can be purchased at Michaels.com. It can be on Amazon. You can go to the Michaels store here locally in Highlands County, or you can even go to Lowe's or Home Depot so that the expense is not great. You can use paintbrushes or sponges. I prefer sponges. And acrylic. This is called acrylic gloss varnish for afterwards. Instead of always using paintbrushes, I like to use the paint markers. And they come in different colors. But you just shake them up and you can use it or write with them. It makes it a little bit easier to write with. So you take your clear or your unfinished rock, and it's usually smooth on one side, and you go ahead and you can write anything that you would like. So let me go ahead and I'm going to draw. And you can go on like Pinterest is another site that will show you ideas of what to draw or what to write if you're out of ideas, or you're stumped and you just want to send a special message. You can go on. Pinterest has been my favorite. I have just also put in for some just ideas and come up with images from off of the internet. And it's just fun. You can be creative. You could even take some Bible verses. Oh. And you don't have to, you do not have to be an artist to do this. And then I'm changing colors. So let's see. There we go. Once you have your rock all decorated, I use this gloss. You can use any kind of gloss. This one's called Duraclear Gloss Varnish. And you just pour a little bit on your paper plate. And then you take your sponge and you just wipe over it. With paint markers, it is a lot easier to use because they are dry quickly compared to paint. And then you just varnish it over. And when everything's done, like on this one, it says love anchors the soul. Now I would write on the back of this maybe our group or our name, or if I had a Facebook site, and I would just drop it along my hammock trail. Again, it's just to encourage fun, friendship, spread the word, just something to make someone smile. And so our friends, my friends, along with now those girls who inspired us, were running down the trail. We picked up these two crazy little rocks, and then we started the rest of the way. We went 4 miles, and we were just starting along, and we were just looking and looking, and we found more rocks. Of course, we left them. We just moved them to a different spot, which was part of the fun also. Didn't get much running done that day, but we did get in 4 miles, and we just fell in love with art and just being together. Thank you.